Hello and welcome everyone. We are back with the final round for the 2018 Veterans Park Open here in Arlington, Texas. We have a great lead card, and bringing the live commentary is myself, Simon Lizotte, and we have on the mic Mr. Nate Perkins from Texas himself.
All right, happy to be here with you, Simon.
We got Emerson Keith,
also known as the Texas Armadillo, currently leading the VPO by 3 strokes over Eagle McMahon. Hole 1, they've backed up about 80 feet. Today we are playing the championship layout, so it's actually closer to 600 feet, tucked in the woods here, another 80 feet.
Yeah, now this hole definitely plays as a par 4. Before it was one of these tweener holes, and Emerson Keith right here has never won an A-tier, so
Really?
yeah, he's leading 3 strokes in front of Eagle, who has been charging all year, so exciting to watch how he'll handle the pressure.
Yeah, he's probably thinking about that going into the first hole, wouldn't you say?
There's no doubt he's thinking about that. Yeah, everyone would think about that.
So the goal here is to get enough distance to have the straight look into the tunnel of trees. And the only real danger here is turning it over too much. There's some OB on the right. Or rolling it too far into the street if you're Simon.
Yeah, I think the roller is a great play. We had a pretty nice tailwind on this hole every day. But yeah, it plays nice and downhill. It's easy to go far with rollers. But today the weather was so different. The first 2 rounds were like almost perfect, 70 degrees, low winds. Second round was a little breezy. But today it dropped
40 degrees?
Yeah, it's like a high of 45.
High of 45, a little wind. So the conditions are definitely going to change the scores.
Yeah, we were all freezing, warming up. Everyone had gloves on. And this was kind of about who can handle the cold the best.
Mm-hmm. Emerson with a little harp slides it up to about 15 feet. Looks like Eagle's lining up the grenade.
Eagle looks real cold with that hoodie on, too.
Yeah, he does. Little backspin back to 20 feet. Looks like Emerson's got a 24-footer.
Wow, that's one of the best things that can happen to you if you have a lead and you have like a 25-footer on the first hole and you make it.
That was a great stroke.
That's the best confidence builder you can get.
Right, especially being a little cold, warming up. The putts were a little more difficult than usual. Staring down that putt on the first hole, thinking about all the things that could go wrong. Emerson makes work of that one. So
yeah, who knows? Who knows how,
tapping in his 3.
Who knows how nervous Emerson really is? I mean, he plays 70 tournaments a year.
Right.
Maybe he's just so used to it.
He's definitely an experienced player.
So that was a start for him right off the bat on hole 1, which is pretty impressive. I would have guessed I was the only card to do that.
So hole 2 is actually backed up another 300 feet for the championship layout. So it's actually 670 foot par 4. And today we had wind coming out of the north, so it's actually coming straight down this tunnel right here. And you can see you're thrown over a little ravine too. And really you just want to make it right back to that original tee pad as Emerson has right behind it. It's like Eagle's throwing an MD3. Got a little turned over in the headwind.
Yeah, this hole is all about putting yourself in position. This course was playing so long today. I'm pretty sure par was 81.
You're throwing a lot of big shots, for sure.
Yeah, almost every shot, especially on the back 12, is just a complete rip.
And you know they're big shots if Simon Lizotte himself is saying that they're long.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
No, Nolan Grider, is that T-bird that we saw him throwing yesterday? Oh, and just to perfection right off the edge of the tee pad. That was great.
Wow, these guys can have good spots to attack for a 3. A 3 on this hole is very good.
Look at that ground play. And that's a great shot from Emerson. That's his warhorse, using every bit of that slide on that hard-packed ground. That's definitely something unique about this course. It reminds me a little bit of it's like the De La of North Texas. You know, you've got a lot of factors to work with that aren't just the fairway and the basket. You know, that ground is hard packed, and if you hit it, it's definitely going to skip. Nolan coming up a little short.
I'm really impressed with all these drives. They all are in great spot to get a 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin looks like that's a pretty easy 3.
It's a great shot from Austin. Nolan spinning one up in the wind. Wow. Is that arrow?
I don't know. I've never met Nolan. Oh, Emerson's even closer than Austin?
Austin from 18 feet for his 3.
Wow, starting 3-3. Strong start. I mean, Austin and Nolan are still both in it. It's not just a battle between Eagle and Emerson. On 24 holes, there's a lot of things that can happen, especially in a cold wind.
Emerson also starting 3-3. It's a great 3. Eagle just looks so frigid, huh?
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier. We were doing commentary together for round 2.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, he didn't bring enough layers for sure.
Nolan tapping in his par. Moving on to hole 3.
Third par 4 in a row, and this
one's tricky.
This might be the trickiest one. At least this might be the one that is the most crazy with things that can happen, because you're having this huge drive uphill and then an approach shot over this OB little stretch going to an island green that is about 30 feet wide and long.
It slopes down too.
Yeah, there's trees there. It can give you kicks. You can rollerways.
You really need to get all of 400 plus to be able to confidently attack the green, as Emerson has done. All hyzer.
Yeah, the trick is you want to get as far left as you possibly can, and at the same time you have to avoid hitting those trees early left.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of really tricky to put yourself in a great spot. Because here where Austin just threw it, it's
pretty far away.
It's really a gamble if you want to try and go for the green or not.
Yeah. Eagle with the PD2.
That looks perfect.
I believe that's the latest run of Swirly Star PD2. Great shot from Eagle.
Yeah, and with these upshots, there's so many options. You can go like a wide hyzer, you can go a high sidearm, you can go a grenade or overhead, or there's a little gap you can throw a putter or a mid-range through. So
that's a pretty good shot from Nolan. He's a little more left than the other players. He's going to have a little bit different of an angle. Looks like Austin is going for it up and over the top.
That just
right out the back. And that's going to happen. I mean, that shot looked good. It looked a little fast, but he's out of bounds. Nolan also going for it over the top. And he's also...
Oh, it did have a chance. Went long.
Looks like Emerson's laying this one up. All right. He's feeling good about 4 strokes. Puts that one short of the OB line. Eagle also laying up 4 strokes back.
I can't believe
he
Eagle
looked like he
up.
had the window too. It's a very interesting play from Eagle.
Maybe he was just feeling cold.
Yeah, this is one of those holes where you commit to going for the 3, and you know that the consequence of missing that island is a 5. This putt is makeable, but it's a good 70 feet, you know, with OB behind it.
And a tree, so you can't like float
Can't
it in.
hyzer it in, yeah.
Wow, it looked like Eagle almost laid himself up OB. He was like a foot from the line.
Tapping in a 4.
Yeah, good par though. But still, I'm confused why he laid up there.
It
He
was
wasn't
4
big-
strokes back.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we have 24 holes to play today, but
Maybe he just felt like it was not that time to attack. Sometimes you get that feeling. You just gotta wait it out and wait for another chance.
so hole 4, 239 feet. You can't see the basket on this one. What makes this one difficult is the distance control. There is a little bit of wind. We had right to left wind today, so it kind of takes that hyzer out of play. So we're probably going to see some forehands coming in from left to right. Emerson has a Lucid X Enforcer. Looks like he's getting a pretty good wind read, putting it out more over the top of the basket, and that wind pushed it down on top of it.
Yep, Eagle throwing his cheater disc in the Metal Flake Max, which has...
Is he ever going to stop throwing that thing?
I don't know, it has absolutely zero glide. It just
Just a brick.
falls to the ground
Mhm.
whenever it loses speed. So, it's a good weapon he has, definitely. Wow, all these guys throw the exact same shot.
That's good. It's a good shot.
They're probably like 15 to 20 feet short.
Nolan going with a thumber. That looks right on line. Okay.
I like it. They have a little
22 feet
putt off
short.
here.
And this basket is just elevated enough to kind of get in some of the players' heads. The green is also relatively fast, so if you do miss, you could be skipping long. This is inside 20 feet, though.
Yes.
Emerson's stepping up to this one with some confidence. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wow.
I was just about to note that Emerson has changed up his putt a little bit over the past 6 months. He's got a little bit more spin going on. And that one just a little left side pushes out. And Austin makes his from 18 feet. And Eagle's picking up a stroke on Emerson from that inside the circle miss.
Yep, Emerson losing a stroke to the card there. Still feeling confident though. Hole 5, we have one of the signature holes. It's a downhill shot with a great view. It is 350 feet and par 3 with a tiny little landing zone, and if you're off by 30 feet right or left, you are not getting a birdie.
Yeah, sometimes you can even spike it right down next to that pin, and if you kick off into the brush, there's really no putt.
Yeah.
Is he going max again?
Oh yeah.
That's not good.
I don't know where Michael, cameraman, is standing. Oh, now
He's
we do
right
know.
next to the pin. Eagle's like 30 left, and he's not
Yeah.
going to have a look from there.
Yeah, the wind was almost the opposite of that we had around 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was. It was left to right first 2 rounds, and it's right to left now. So that's why Austin's opting for the forehand to kind of get that wind to push it down on top of it. And he has also found himself pin high left. So we got Nolan Grider.
He has to go it wide and low, and that looks like what he does.
Looks a little wide coming in. Oh, gets a
That T-bird
good
again.
reaction on the ground. No, would that be a T-bird on hyzer like that?
That looked like that yellow T-bird he's been throwing on 90% of the holes.
Emerson takes this one really wide.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
mean,
a
it can
little
also
lucky
act
break.
as a backstop. Those thick woods. If it goes through there, you're of nothing. But if it bounces you right out, then you're left with the inside the circle putt. Oh, Eagle looked like a little good break there to be not in the bushes. Oh,
What? Wow. That almost found the bottom of the basket. Austin, good putt for par from 25 feet.
And Emerson to get one back. That's a great birdie. There's going to be a lot of bouncing back and forth with the strokes here.
Hole 6. This one's tricky. So round 1 we played it on top of the rocks that you see there, the center of the screen. Rounds 2 and 3 they backed it up another 80 feet down into the left, and it's a crush. I mean, there are options over the top, but it's a huge shot. There is a window. You can see there just over the top of the rocks. Actually, Nolan's heading right for that window, heading right through it. He's going to be looking down at it.
Yeah, that's a really good shot, but it leaves you with a 50-foot death putt.
How are you attacking this one?
I was trying to go like the wide over-the-top hyzer shot, which did not work at all. I bogeyed this hole twice.
We really don't see this one birdied very often. We did see Emerson and Eagle get it in round 2.
Yeah, if you have a smash of a sidearm like Eagle does, then that is definitely the preferred play.
And the wind has this one turned over. He should have a relatively easy up and down from down there in that ditch.
Yeah.
And we know Austin has a big forehand as well, and he has that one turned over. That's not a bad place to be, though. There is danger of taking a bogey on this hole. If you are not down and over that hill, Emerson's going to have a tough up and down from his lie. Looks like he's going over the top.
Not the worst break there to get caught up into his little stick right there. He's probably within 20 feet. Chance to save the par. I wonder if Nolan's going to run this. I hope so.
Looks like he is. Oh, and that's the danger of running that pin.
Now he has about a 40-footer back straight uphill.
That's kind of what we were talking about. What makes this course difficult is all the fast greens that you have to navigate. Austin and Eagle recognizing and just laying up for their pars.
This would be a great save. Oh, that looked like it.
Just left side.
Yeah, maybe just left side.
It's like Emerson from a knee obstructed putt. Wow. See that wrist? That wrist is cocked back. Spin to win. Great putt from Emerson Keith.
Yeah, that's key. Stay bogey free.
Yeah, he had no fours in round 2.
Yeah, that
For that
61 is...
It's a round to remember for sure.
Emerson is tearing it up. Here on hole 7, another par 3. 390 feet. Again, we're going right uphill. Wind's pushing from left to right.
This one's all of 450, I feel.
Yeah, this is... I mean, I throw it as hard as I possibly can.
Wow.
Because you can't really go long. There's trees left and right and long of the pin. So I basically try to throw it into those trees and hope for the best.
We actually saw Emerson get the sidearm all the way up there in round 2. Little turned over on that one.
It's so hard to be consistent with these shots because we're throwing them pretty much as hard as we can. And everyone knows who tries to throw as hard as they can. The control is pretty much gone. Little low. Great line though.
And that's what also makes it difficult. You kind of have to get that disc up in the air to get it over those trees. So it makes throwing further a little more difficult. Austin actually opting for the backhand on this one. Has it a little turned over.
Yeah, this hole looks kind of simple, but the way it's been playing, I did not see a lot of twos on this one, but this looks like a good
Nolan's
shot.
got a good line with that T-bird.
Even that, way short, and
The wind
Nolan
just
can
slowed
throw.
it down.
Pretty routine upshot.
Wow. It's a nifty little trick shot from Eagle.
I'm pretty sure Eagle was throwing his gator there, which is extremely overstable on a huge Anheuser line.
And again, this green has this green is difficult because of the chance of a roll away. I mean, even that putt right there, if you miss that, that's going 80 feet down the hill. Emerson going back to a knee. Little headwind. Puts it right on the pole. You know, those putts are short, but they're definitely in your head with so much space behind the chains.
Yeah, everyone having cold hands, cold discs, especially all the discs felt like they were ice blocks.
Right, they're definitely cold, a little more stiff. So this is the famous championship hole 8. All of 700, 800 feet. A great drive lands right there at those trees that we're flying through right now. Simon actually took down the championship 8 distance for the weekend, edging out Paige Pierce by a mere 12 inches.
Yeah, by a foot or less.
And it's a headwind on this hole. As you can see, it's got Emerson's disc turned over. And there's just so much airspace. Oh, wow, great kick down. He's going to have a look for the 3.
Any throw that lands in the grass is a great shot.
Right. It's really easy to get this one turned over too much or hyzer out too much. And if you don't clear the creek behind that tee pad there, then you have to throw 3 from the tee pad. Austin looks like he has a nice line in this one. Maybe a little too much hyzer.
And yeah, he is in deep trouble.
So we got Nolan Grider, also known as the Texas Tornado.
Oh, looks like he's going where Austin is.
Just not enough distance on that one.
Yeah, those are not really crazy terrible shots.
So it looks like Austin's opting to throw from the drop zone. So he's throwing 3 from right there. And he's going to have to get up and down for his 5.
Looks like Eagle got all of those bushes too.
Looks like he wasn't really attacking the pin right there. Not sure who we have.
It has to be Nolan. Looks like he'll save it 4. And Emerson with another chance to steal some strokes. Just caught up there with a good sidearm approach, but he has 60 feet, maybe a little less to
go up 5. Nice approach there from Austin from a knee. Looks like Nolan was definitely giving that one a run. Eagle laying up with the P3X.
This would be huge. Not a bad run. Nothing happened.
Ooh, snuck that one in there.
I know those feelings when you like have these 12 footers to save a par and you're like just shaking it in somehow.
Come on, Simon. You're 1040.
Sometimes.
4's good on this hole.
Yeah,
3's really good.
4 is great. Here we have one of the shortest holes on the course. It's only 247 feet. It's the wind comes into play here a bit. It's a fast green sloping down towards the basket and behind the basket. So
Completely blind.
yeah, it's completely blind. The trick here really is you got to know how you attack this hole. You can go kind of straight with a slight hyzer finish, or you can go just what Emerson does,
More of a
high
spike.
and wide. But then there's one tree to miss, that little guardian right there, which Emerson hits, and that leaves him probably 90 feet short.
Probably played, a dozen rounds at Veterans with Emerson, and I've never seen him that far away from the pin. That's definitely a mistake on this 250-foot hole. Eagle looked like he was headed pretty long on that one.
Yeah, I guess the wind picked that one up, but sometimes you just got to count on those trees catching your discs.
Nolan looks like trying to correct on being too low in round 2. And he's also found himself over outside the circle on this hole. It's like Austin's throwing a stable putter.
That's the shot. A little straighter approach, a little lower, just have it skip up there.
And you definitely need a good reaction off the ground, off those roots.
Yeah, but that's exactly the shot I was going for. I didn't try this high, spiky shot because I just felt like it was hard to gauge distance, and it was kind of unpredictable what's going to happen with the disc, with the wind and with the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He's not running this. No chance.
Don't think he is.
Oh, he is.
Oh, he did. And he did not hit anything.
It was
He
one of
didn't
these
go too
famous
far.
half runs.
No one from 35 feet. He really needed that one.
And now Eagle has the chance to get a stroke back. That's not the Eagle we've seen all year.
No, he's really been making those putts this tournament. Good comeback for the par from Emerson. That's really surprising. Just one birdie on this hole. I mean, like you said, there are a few factors that you have to deal with. The wind, the fast green, the blind distance control. But still, we should be seeing a few more birdies from this lead card.
Hole 10. Another par 3. 291 feet. This is another blind shot, another uphill shot. And this one is, you have it's kind of cool because you have a couple trees in the middle of the fairway. You know, like if you go straight over those, it's going to be a good shot. We saw Eagle here in round 2 land right at the basket and roll 40 feet long
that was
OB.
a brutal roll. This one is difficult for how vertical you have to get it. Austin's shot was clean, but it was just a little too wide. You really want to take this one more up and down and get right over that dead tree. Just as Emerson has done right there, right over that tree.
Wow, Emerson left that surprisingly short, but
Little
still,
short left,
he must
but-
be circle's edge right there.
Clean putt.
Eagle's throwing a max.
Yeah, we're throwing this shot into the headwind.
A little short. I would say there's not many people in the world that can even get that disc to go 300 feet uphill.
Texas Tornado spinning one out there.
Everyone's short. That's
Pretty
surprising.
interesting.
Austin is good at these putts.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had a feeling he was going to make it.
From 45 feet, that's quite the call. Man. Right side.
Top right. That's my favorite spot.
Super clean putt, Austin. Come on, Nolan. Little right side.
It's the layers, man. We're all playing in 3, 4, 5 layers of clothes, and everything feels different.
It's just that
Emerson,
course.
too.
You know that if you're no one's had a pretty slow start and hasn't been scoring, and you just know that there's other players out there scoring.
There you go, Eagle.
Picking one back up.
That's what he needs to keep doing.
Is that the second inside the circle miss from Emerson?
Yeah, both trickled out left side, just leaving it a bit short. Hard to tell if it's mental or if it's just cold, and that's what happens. Just some cleanups there for par, bringing us to hole 11, the hole that brings us out of the woods. That's the hole I've been waiting for all round. It's another shorty, 300 feet, no elevation really, maybe slightly uphill, but the green is very special, Texas style, got the star on the basket.
It's a great look at it right there.
And
Star looks nice.
If you can stick that star on your drive, you're feeling really good.
You're feeling like a star. Yeah, this is another one that it just, at 300 feet, you would think that it's, do or die birdie, but it really doesn't feel like that, huh?
No, it's so weird getting out to this basket. It's elevated and there's nothing around it within hundreds of feet. I mean, those trees in the back, yeah, but it's just suddenly you're putting into this wide open basket and it's just mentally just feels weird and somehow it's hard to hit.
And the gap is... It's there, it's not the smallest gap in the world, but makes you think about it. And all these players are leaving themselves testers so far. You really want to get in that star.
Another
with
chance.
that T-bird again.
Short again.
And there's just enough wind. It's always swirling. I mean, this is a tough putt right here.
Yeah, it's just mental. It's just mental. You have this star and nothing around the basket. It's windy.
This is a headwind putt. Just a little lift from that.
They're all the exact same putt from a different part of the
They're
star.
testers. They really are.
There you go.
Great looking putt. A little slower than we normally see him putt. Sometimes you have to do that when it's a little windy. Emerson connecting.
That was a great putt for him.
Especially a following Eagle's putt. Eagle thinks he's getting a stroke, and Emerson spins it in there.
Yeah, not too much movement with those scores yet. Everyone's kind of sticking around the same score.
So hole 12, we actually backed this one up another 300 feet. So it's 860 foot, true par 4 now. You're actually teeing off from out of bounds, and there's OB on your left, there's painted OB on your right, and you really need to get this thing over 400, 425 to be able to attack the green for 3.
Yeah, this is where the wind really starts coming into play, and not like day 1 and 2 where we had a nice tailwind on this hole. We had a left to right headwind.
Not the best wind for distance shots. Emerson looks like he's read the wind
That's a
pretty
perfect
nicely.
throw.
Wow. I mean, we've said it once, but we can say it again. It's just it's amazing to watch this kid throw. I mean, someone so small. I play with him pretty often, and I'm always trying to watch his moves on the tee pad to figure out how he's generating that power. Nolan also getting a good wind read.
Yeah, you have the path left OB, you have a line right side OB, but there's really so much room that you're not too worried about it.
Austin getting a nice full flight on that. It's still going to be 80 short.
Yeah, the wind's blowing if you can't throw 860 feet in 2 shots.
Nolan stepping into that one a little faster, getting it up in the air. He really wants this one.
That looks real good.
Is it going to have enough distance, though?
50 short. 50 short.
It really shows you how much that headwind is slowing him down. So let's watch what Emerson's doing right here. Getting those hips rotated. Nice swing. Just gets that one a little low, huh?
It might work. No, he's right next to...
I think if he had the height, he might have had the distance.
But Eagle can definitely attack the screen.
He's probably just going all hyzer as well. Oh no. Did he really?
You can see those flags.
Did he turn it OB? Oh, wow. It is. It's OB? What?
That's a mistake
He'll
he'll never make
blown
again.
away by that right now. It shows you the headwind must have really been ripping to turn it over. I mean, I'm sure he was throwing a stable disc that looked like a FD3.
That was a Metal Flake PD2.
Okay. So certainly an overstable disc, and the wind turned it over, and he found himself OB and laying up for a 5.
Yeah, really, really shocking mistake there by Eagle. So we'll get 3 pars, tapping pars, and Eagle has to settle for a bogey. Eagle's first bogey for the round. Not great timing.
Really an unforced error from Eagle.
Emerson staying at 4 under for the round, 25 under total. Eagle 21, Austin 18, and Nolan only 1 under for the round at 16 under now. But that concludes the front 12.
Still have a lot of golf to play.
A lot of long shots, a lot of open holes, a lot of windy, cold throws. And this kid right here,
Holding it down, Emerson Keith.
trying to win his first A tier versus one of the disc golf's best.